Welcome back to this week's Black Flame Force cast. As I began laying the cards, something immediately caught my attention. 3 of the cards carried lion imagery, and considering we're moving through the Lionsgate portal, I couldn't ignore that as synchronicity. Whether you see it as symbolic or deeply spiritual, the message feels amplified this week. Our first card is River of Blessings. This card speaks about releasing constraints. Often we ask why abundance isn't flowing into our lives while simultaneously clinging to old beliefs. Painful stories, relationships have outgrown, or identities that no longer fit who we're becoming. Imagine trying to fill a cup that you're still holding upside down. Sometimes receiving begins with letting go. This isn't about loss, it's about creating space. The second card that came through was Courage, and I love that it is also carrying lion energy. Notice that courage doesn't ask you to eliminate fear before taking action. Courage simply asks you not to let fear become your decision maker. The lion doesn't seek permission to step into its own power. It doesn't compare itself to animals around it. It knows exactly what it is. Perhaps this week you're being asked to have a difficult conversation. Perhaps you're finally saying yes to an opportunity that's been calling your name. Or maybe your greatest act of courage is finally believing that you're worthy of everything you've been asking the universe to bring into your life. Then we arrive at our final card, Sacred Action. This is where so many people become stuck. We gather knowledge, we collect books, we meditate, we journal, we wait for the perfect sign, but eventually every spiritual journey asks for movement. Sacred action isn't frantic energy. It isn't doing more simply to stay busy. It is choosing the one next step that is aligned with your heart and taking it with intention. When I look at these cards together, I don't see 3 separate messages. I see one unfolding path. First, release what has become too heavy to carry. Then, remember your own strength. Finally, move. The repeated lion imagery feels especially significant during the Lionsgate portal. The lion symbolizes courage, sovereignty, and quiet confidence. It doesn't need to prove its power because it already embodies it. Perhaps that's a deeper invitation this week. Stop waiting to become the person you've been trying to be. Become them now. Thank you for allowing me to share this week's Black Flame forecast with you. If this reading resonated, I'd love to know which card spoke to you most. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you next week for another collective reading. Until then, may your fire remain steady, your heart remain open, and may you have the courage to take your next sacred step.